Hi, I'm Tammy Hannick of Dynamic FX Fitness, and here today I am bringing you my first taste of fall. So I realized today that it is almost October, and I had seen some pictures on Facebook about people going apple picking, and I love to go apple picking. We have a orchard not too far away from our home that we can go, and we get usually apples every fall, maybe like half of a bushel or so forth, and I have too many apples. I can never eat that many apples all at once, and I'm notorious for finding apples in the bottom of my fridge that really need to be used. A while ago I found a recipe for a no-cook applesauce. I thought I'd share that with you today, and I thought I'd share a variation with you because the one I made today I actually did cook on the stove. Let me talk to you about that one first. It was so wonderfully easy. It takes 5 ingredients. It made me think of that game show, Name That Tune, when people would say, I can name that song in 4 notes. That's how I felt today with this recipe. I can make this applesauce in 5 ingredients. I took about 10 apples and I cut them and quartered them. I didn't peel them. I left the skins on. That's where all that great fiber is, right? Left the skins on, cut them in little tiny pieces, put them in a pot. I added about a half a cup of water. I added about 4 tablespoons of lemon juice, 1 teaspoon of Vietnamese cinnamon. You can use any cinnamon, but this is my favorite one from Penzi Spice downtown. That's where I get it. You can also get it online. And then I also used about a 1/4 to a half teaspoon of nutmeg. Threw it all in the pot, turned it on, let it boil, let it cook down till the apples were nice and soft. I got out my handy dandy potato masher. If you don't have one of these are fantastic if you're trying to make anything that's pureed and you don't have a food processor, because I do not. You can actually just mash and pulverize the apples into a pulp, but I actually like it a little chunky. So I spooned mine out. You can see mine isn't completely pulverized yet. I left a couple chunks of apple in mine because I like that. Now it's nice and hot, it smells like fall, makes your house smell amazing, and guess what? There's no sugar in it. So those of you who are looking to reduce the amount of added sugars, refined sugars, in your diet, I didn't put any sugar into this applesauce. You know, it may not be as sweet as you're used to, but I like to use unsweetened applesauce in a lot of recipes, and my taste buds have grown accustomed to it, and I bet yours will too if you give it a shot. One of my favorite things to do with warm applesauce is to put a small dollop of like a vanilla Greek yogurt on top and let it kind of melt down and mix in, make it kind of creamy. It's one of my favorite winter and fall warm treats. But I told you there was a way to do it without cooking it at all. You take all those same ingredients, the 6 to 10 apples that are diced and quartered with the skins on, the 4 tablespoons of lemon juice, the half teaspoon of nutmeg, the teaspoon of cinnamon, no water. You put those all in a Ziploc bag. You mix it all up, shake, shake, shake. You throw it in your freezer, let it freeze for about 4 hours. Now when you take it out, you should be able to rub the skins off the apple peels, after the apple slices if you want to, but I like the skins on there. And then you would do the same thing. You would mash the pulp with a potato masher, and now you have cold applesauce that you didn't need to cook at all. I like the warm version better myself, and cooking it down on the stove lets me see how it's broken down and ready to be mashed. But if you don't like to cook, you can actually do this by just throwing it in the freezer. It might be a fun thing to do with your kids. A little experiment to them, but something easy and fun you can make with your kids as a really healthy, nutritious snack, and a way to use up all those apples that you might end up with when you go apple picking and can't eat all of them, right? Again, it's an easy, quick recipe to make, and I hope that you'll try it one day. I like easy things, they fit into my lifestyle, and that's the Hannick Dynamic. I'll see you next week.